What's up, guys? So I want to talk about no diet will work unless you can actually stick to it, okay? It has to be enjoyable. This is why I'm going to introduce today the concept of flexible dieting. This is the approach that we take you guys through. What it is, guys, basically it's a scientific approach to measuring your nutrient intake through macro tracking, okay? What we do, guys, we hit our macros as protein, fats, and carbs. We hit these macros with the majority being improved nutrient-dense foods. And what we do then after as well, guys, is we train for strength and muscle, and then we see sustainable body transformations, okay? This is because, one, we enjoy our nutrition, we enjoy our diet. Number two, guys, we get your body to actually work for you rather than against you in terms of gaining muscle and enhancing that metabolism. That's massive, okay? This is the way that we can actually see sustainable results because the process is actually a lot of fun, okay? Easy way to think about obviously flexible dieting, guys, and tracking macros is macros. You're going to kind of think about macros as a budget, okay? You've got X amount of protein, X amount of carbs, X amount of fats that you can obviously spend throughout your day, okay? We want to be really accurate though, guys, as well. We need to be basically very, very accurate as best we can. You want to be basically 5 grams above or 5 grams over your target of your protein, fats, and carbs. The reason being, guys, is the more accurate we are, the more control your coach can have in terms of your body transformation, okay? We can see what's working, what's not working. We can then progress you guys through to that next stage of reduction as well. That's how tight, that's how close you guys need to be to actually justify being able to do reduction with you in that as well, because we have to have you guys on point for it to be actually effective. If you're yo-yoing all over the place and completely off with your macros and that as well, the reduction phase is not going to be basically effective at all, and muscle gain is not going to be effective at all as well. Muscle gain needs consistency, okay? Anything in life, in terms of transformation, in terms of obviously education, or obviously better in your mental state as well, it all comes down to consistency, okay? There is going to be times, guys, that you do fall off the wagon. That's 100% understandable, and that's well. The good thing, guys, is with macro tracking, with obviously flexible dieting, we can basically limit this obviously from causing obviously an issue in terms of our transformation, okay? What we can do, guys, if you've got a birthday coming up, say you've got a birthday, I don't expect you guys to not go out and eat dinner with your family or celebrate that as well. What we can do, guys, is we can actually go check online before you go, obviously, to your birthday party, and that check online what you're going to have, pick your meal before you get there, okay? This is massive. The reason being, guys, is you can basically control your macros for that entire day, so you can actually afford to have that steak or that burger that night as well, okay? If you want to have that prime rib, if you want to have that steak, you can basically go cut fats from meal 6 or meal 5, meal 4. We can cut that down so we can actually afford to have within our macro budget that steak later on as well, and you're still going to enjoy life. This is why it's so much more sustainable than that as well, in terms of a long-term solution with you guys to get you guys actually enjoying life, okay? And the more muscle we have as well, the more we're actually able to burn fat more effectively, okay? It's a long-term solution, not a quick fix, okay? It doesn't mean you guys can eat ice cream 3-4 times a day. You still have to obviously abide by obviously the regulations. We are creating a healthy lifestyle that we need you guys to follow and that as well, but it doesn't mean we have to be every single day, have to be dead on point in terms of you can't have chocolate ever again, or you can't have like anything else like that, like ice cream ever again and that as well. You can have these foods and that as well, just make sure they hit your macros, and it's just, it's always knowing, obviously, if it's an occasion where you're going to obviously go and eat out because of an occasion, because of someone's birthday, because of you have ice cream with your kids, because it's just something that you want to do, don't restrict yourself to do that, guys. You'll have a very bad relationship with food if you do that. Just make sure you hit your macros and that as well. And biggest thing is just getting people away from emotionally eating, okay? Because if they're emotionally eating, this is when you have a lot of issue. This is when you have obviously a lot of weight gain in that as well. But it's, if you're tracking your macros, guys, if you're on point with that and have that control over your training, your diet, you won't want to have ice cream three times a day. You're not going to want to have that because you're going to feel like crap for having that. It's understanding how much food actually plays into our emotional state, and it makes a massive difference to your compliance with obviously your nutrition, okay? At any time, guys, you do fall off the wagon, you feel like obviously you've kind of got a bit AWOL in terms of your macro tracking that as well, consult your coach, reach out for help, okay? The biggest thing that obviously that we can offer you guys in that as well is just a helping hand when you're going through a tough time, which everyone goes through tough times, guys, okay? Reach out to someone, reach out to obviously someone in the gym, or obviously myself, or obviously your coach in that as well, and we are here to help you get to those results, okay? That's what we're all about. So we're no more meal plans, guys. We're kind of meal plans, guys, is basically people go through this phase of obviously meal plans, and it's kind of I enjoy some of the meals, but then obviously a lot of it I have to put up with that as well. And that sort of mindset with nutrition is not sustainable. Okay, it might last for maybe 2 weeks or so because you've got this kickstart motivation, but after that initial obviously kick-off phase and that as well, you're going to find yourself crashing. Okay, it's not going to be sustainable for the rest of your life and that as well. So we have to make sure we can learn the tactics and that as well that are actually going to teach you how to look after yourself for the rest of your life. You will not have to track your macros for the rest of your life as well, guys. That is not happening. What we use macro tracking for, and obviously flexible dieting for, and that as well, is basically getting you guys to where you want to get to. Okay, getting you guys to that goal. Once you're there, it's heaps easier to actually maintain it as well. Especially once we have, we can teach you guys how to actually maintain those results once you're there as well. Okay, but it's just going to be so much easier once you do get to that point. You're going to have all these habits put in place and that as well, which is going to help you maintain it on your own as well. Then we just give you a couple more tips and obviously advice and that as well that has helped myself and Crystal maintain the physique that we want as well, and helped obviously a lot of clients being able to maintain their end goal as well. Going through, guys, as well, so it has to be a diet that works for you guys as in long term, and that's obviously something that you have to enjoy, and that's well very, very important. That enjoyment is a must. Okay, if we don't enjoy it, guys, we don't see it as long term whatsoever. No one watches every episode of Game of Thrones because they absolutely hate it. They enjoy it, so they feel the need to watch it. Okay, people don't work out 5 days a week because they have to. They work out 5 days a week because they love it. Okay, and that's something that I will do my very best to bring that sort of outlook on obviously working out to you guys as well. Okay, I want to end, guys, on a quote. If we do what is hard, our life will be easy. If we do what is easy, our life will be hard. Okay, understand, guys, you are going to have to put this hard work in now, guys. Obviously the initial work in now, but this is going to set you up for a much easier and much more enjoyable life for the future. Okay, this is an absolute must, guys. It's something that I live by, that quote and that as well, every single day. And this is the reason why we have online training. This is the reason why we have the challenges the way that they are and that as well. And they're so effective because we've spent the time to do what is hard to make our life easy. Okay, I'll see you guys real soon in the gym. Catch you guys.